Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stu's Reviews. So today, this is just going to be a really quick catch up on something I've been using for the past 6 months, but I wanted to touch up on it a little bit more because I believe it's possibly one of the best money management gadgets available, and that is this, the Curve Card. For those that don't know what the Curve Card is, and for those that are too lazy to go back and watch my full review, I'll give you just the briefest of introductions. This card is not just the card that you see on screen. It's all of my cards, in one. This card allows me to sync all of my other bank cards to it, meaning my wallet is much, much slimmer. This also gives you greater control and greater insights into your spending, showing your outgoings across all of your bank cards in one place. Now, like I said, this is not going to be a full review of Curve. Instead, if you want to see my past review of Curve, click that link up there and you can watch that. And I'd advise you to watch that before you watch this, because this really is going to be a quick catch up. And I might even breeze over some features that you might think, wait, what? Remember, if you are going to sign up for Curve, don't forget to use my promotional code in the description below. That will get you free money. £5 to be exact. Let's move on. Now, for the past 6 months, I've been using this Curve Card pretty much religiously with all of my bank accounts. I must say, I have been super impressed. It is the best money management gadget out there, without a doubt, because of a number of different reasons. Now, back in November, I went to the Sahara Desert, as you saw in the solar hat review I did in the desert. Perhaps I should go to the Sahara Desert. Now, while I was out there, I used the Curve Card, and I used all of my normal banks, my Lloyds, my Starling, my... what else did I use? No, just my Lloyds and Starling. I used all of that while I was out there to pay for things. I had some cash with me as well, and I even withdrew some cash using this. But on here right now, I've got a list of all the transactions. Where are we now? No, that's January. Go back. December. Here we are. So I've got all of the transactions I did over in Morocco, and you can see that underneath the pound sterling number, currency, pound sterling amount, you can see the MAD, which is the Moroccan dirham. You can see that value of what I paid over there as well. Now, interestingly, if you go into any of these here, so for example, let's go into the Carrefour Market Fontana, where I definitely did not buy wine. PS, if you're in Morocco and you want to buy wine, Carrefour is the best place for it because you can't seem to get it anywhere else. But anyway, going back to this, if you have a look at this at the bottom, it says I saved approximately 65 pence in foreign exchange fees for that one particular transaction. Now, I worked this out. Over my entire holiday, which was about 7-8 days in Morocco, I saved about £35 in fees. 35 quid. Now, fine, that doesn't seem like that much, but 35 quid is 35 quid. It's definitely a couple of beers down the pub. And if you do a lot of travelling, then you could save a hell of a lot of money every time you go away. It was super seamless to use this as well. Now, one thing I wrote down here earlier, on the Lloyds website, it says that you'll get charged 3% non-sterling transaction fee every time you use a Lloyds TSB card, or sorry, a Lloyds, God, I'm still not used to the fact they split up, a Lloyds card when you're abroad. So that's 3% of every transaction. On top of that, you'll also have what they like to call a foreign currency purchase fee of 50 pence per transaction, which is basically just made up fees that they're going to take money from you. Hideous. Absolutely hideous. I mean, I made a total of 25 transactions over that holiday, which would have amounted to another £12.50 of charges. It's just ridiculous. So if you want to use any of your normal cards while abroad without getting charged stupid fees from the banks, then this is a good way of doing it because it manages to skip those fees through the Curve service. So I was super impressed. Now, on to a bit of news regarding Curve. I got this email earlier on last week. Now, this email was just a catch-up about 2018 and all the kind of different things that they'd introduced in 2018. Things like cashback and 1% cashback on different retailers, that sort of thing. New card design, actually, because if you hadn't noticed, this is a different design to what I had in the original review, which had loads of numbers over the front. This is much nicer. Hide that because that's got some information on it. Yeah, interestingly, all the information is now on the back of the card, which I'm not going to show you. Now, in this email as well, it tells us what they have planned for 2019. And boy, do they have some stuff planned. So, let's have a quick peek. First of all, our metal cards. Now, I know this sounds stupid, but metal cards. Super premium. But with that premium feel, apparently there's loads of cool stuff coming with the metal account that they're hoping to launch very soon. Such as, it says here, 1% cashback. Whether or not that's on more retailers, because at the moment you can only have a few retailers that you can get cashback at. Whether or not that's account-wide, I don't know. But it says here also, unlimited fee-free Amex transactions, unlimited access to the intrabank rates, gadget insurance, which is super impressive. So if you still own Google Glass or potentially want your iPhone to be insured, that will come with their metal account. You've got worldwide travel insurance, collision damage waiver insurance. God knows what the hell that means, and hopefully I never get involved in a collision damage waiver experience. But apparently is going to be extremely competitive compared to a lot of other metal accounts out there at the moment. And we're seeing a lot more metal accounts being launched by loads of different companies at the moment, such as N26 and Revolut. But we're talking about Curve now simply based on the fact that this is a money management gadget. To me, anyway. Okay, so moving on. They're going to bring some more stuff as well to things like Curve Black. But this is something that really intrigues me. Curve Credit. Now, this will allow you to buy something using your Curve card, maybe associated with a credit card. So you paid the full amount. Let's say you buy a car for £1,000. But then Curve Credit will allow you to retroactively go back and finance it through the Curve app. So they'll give you the money back and then you'll owe Curve the money. I think, if I've got that right. It sort of says here. But that sounds incredible. Other stuff that they're going to bring in includes bringing further connectivity with your bank. What this will look like, I'm not sure. Potentially even show your existing balances within the Curve app. I don't know. But whatever it means is going to be fantastic. You've got swipe to cancel subscriptions. So if you, do direct debits or subscriptions through the Curve app, it's going to just allow you to swipe to cancel them, which is going to be fantastic. So overall, there's going to be some really big updates to Curve this year, and I am super excited for them. And I will come back to them when that time happens, because I think, like I said, I know this isn't necessarily a gadget per se, but it is an app and a massive money management tool that I'm super impressed with. And you know what? It is gadgety. The fact that, like I said in the original review, you can go back in time with payments and change what card you made the payments with. It's just stupid. This level of technology and control with your money is incredible, and I definitely recommend it. But yeah, so that ends today's catch up about Curve. Remember guys, like I said, if you want to sign up for Curve, don't forget to use this code here. I'll also leave it in the link, or leave it in the description below so you can check it out. But use that code because it'll get you free £5 to spend on whatever you want. But you better spend it on beer, or wine, or whiskey. Whiskey's a good one to spend money on. Or if you want to spend it on me, you can do. I don't mind. I've got room for more whiskey somewhere. But anyway, I'll see you back for another episode of Stu's Reviews soon. Before you go, consider supporting me on my Patreon page by clicking here. It'll give you some great discounts on stuff I've reviewed and helps me to continue doing reviews. If you want to see some fun stuff, click here to see the highlights of Stu's Reviews. And, as a friendly reminder, click this button to subscribe.